do a TikTok do that then, Erica?
What?
What is going on, folks?
Do that song.
We're talking about silent disco.
Talking about silent disco.
And
What
they're
is
talking about
actually-
TikToks as well.
You're talking about what?
TikToks, babe. You'd like that conversation.
You have my girlfriend and this beautiful energy talking about TikTok and silent disco. I never knew those two things would be in one sentence.
Well, you can because you TikTok
But we're doing
silent disco and you do a duet afterwards, and then people pick up on the duet, and then they're gonna duet the duet, and those are gonna duet the duet to duet, and then it goes viral.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yep.
What? That was some sick. I don't know what you just said, but that was some
I don't
sick
either.
process mastery.
Hey, Fernando, after the huddle, contact me, Diana from Germany. I'm gonna explain everything to you in Martha.
Okay, Diana. Thank you. I feel like we're at the precipice of a beautiful idea, and I am loving this energy so much right now. This fun energy is incredible. Thank you to all of you, and let's jump right in. Great rising, everyone, and welcome to our Unblinded Sales Mastery Morning Huddle, where we talk about TikToks and silent disco. Just kidding, we do. We talk about the fun and excitement of exponentially growing your sales every single morning from 8:30 to 9 o'clock Eastern time, and it is 8:31. So, Sean, are you here with us? So on this thankful Thursday, I am curious. I heard some beautiful voices. So any jump in and just kind of fill me in. What are we talking about? What are we present to on this thankful Thursday? Who would like to share?
Oh my.
I'll go, Fernando. It's Kelly.
What up, Kelly Hannah? Talk to us.
So, Mike Adams called me yesterday, and he was coming through my part of Florida. And so we stopped and we grabbed a salad together, and we were talking about bringing Unblinded to our community down here within some of the stuff that we do in the medical community. Mike and I build OR centers and MRI centers and surgical centers together on a project basis. And so we have a huge tap into the medical community in Broward and Dade and Palm Beach County.
Who is speaking? I jumped in late.
It's Kelly, Sean.
I thought it was Kelly. I was like, I didn't want to say Kelly and think it was you. That is fantastic, Kelly, and super exciting. And Kelly, hearing your voice is awesome. Let's keep hearing that voice, and just stay with us for a minute, if you don't mind, because I want to circle into a larger conversation for a second. And by the way, happy Thankful Thursday to everyone. I hope everybody's doing amazingly well this morning. And I am present to gratitude for this ecosystem, for everything that's happening. And it is truly remarkable. And people say words like remarkable, amazing, great, wonderful, and they don't appropriately describe what's happening. They do in the Webster's dictionary definition of the words. They don't, because those words are overutilized and have become diluted. There's such remarkable and incredible acceleration occurring right now. And Adam Gugino, Adam, you out there? Could you unmute yourself if you are? Which I know you're out there. Can you unmute yourself? You there, Ad?
Hey, we were just finishing the team huddle, so he should be jumping on momentarily.
He might still be in the team huddle. Okay, we'll grab Adam in a second. So Fernando, and again, staying with Kelly for a second. Hey, Ad, how are you, brother?
Good. How are you?
Hey, first of all, Adam's a warrior, has been feeling a bit under the weather, and has been just continuing to accelerate and make things happen. So Adam, thank you for being such a driving force leader of everything that we're doing. And I want to ask you on this Thankful Thursday, in light of the 7 a.m. call that we had today and the 8 a.m. call that's occurred, what's present for you and what are you thankful for? Because I want to use this as a demonstration for everybody about what's possible, and I want to use it as a segue bridge into the critical importance of process mastery innovation for all of us. But so Adam, what are you thankful for? What's present for you?
So I am definitely thankful for my health and getting back to where I need to be. Like you said, just continuing to move forward, even in bed, making these calls, because it is so critical to what we're doing here. And what I'm really also thankful for is just the incredible galvanization of the entire ecosystem around their meetings and some of these coaching calls that we're having, and finding out people have access to just unbelievable places and other ecosystems. So yeah, just taking people through the sales process, the using integrity-based human influence, what we're doing every single day, how it works, you know, all the way up the chain, up into the highest level of organizations, and just to be able to, you know, to be able to introduce this to everybody in the community, and really, so we talked about making sure that there's the ability to let us know when these things are happening, so we can help coach guys and really bring this to the world.
Yes. And so Kelly,
Tied it with 13 seconds left.
I'm sorry, say it one more time.
My daily huddle.
Oh, somebody's unmuted, just saying your daily huddle. So I'm not sure if they're clear. So Kelly, I think you, amongst a bunch of other people, but you represent something that to me is so important. The business of Unblinded and how it intersects with what people are doing, and the innovation session discussions, the process mastery innovation discussions that have begun, has been, demonstrating that this formula and the ability to go from hello to yes, and we haven't even been focused on the process mastery piece. It hasn't even come up in the modules yet, but it's coming. Has not been a substantial. It's alluded to. It's discussed briefly. But the micro distinctions of process mastery haven't even begun to emerge in the program yet of what to do. We've been super focused on influence mastery and its general applications to process mastery. As we begin to focus more in on the process mastery, the exponentiality of what we're doing is going to become fully present at a much more accelerated rate. And what we're talking about, Kelly, and I want to talk about what's present for you, is how we take the energy of leaders and people like yourself, and we partner and create acceleration so that it's, and your soul, like you'll do anything. Like I'm going to walk dogs and I'm going to serve, I'm going to help, and super appreciate it, right? Like all of that. And to me, my Uncle Jimmy taught me a long time ago, and this doesn't mean that we don't have a service mind and heart. He was the son of my grandfather who was blind. His parents did not graduate from high school. My grandfather didn't even go to high school. However, somewhere along the way, my Uncle Jimmy developed a strategy, which I've also heard in other personal development speakers' worlds, including Tony Robbins. And maybe he got this in the space of Napoleon Hill, Dale Carnegie, I'm not sure, or somewhere else. But he would tell me, he's like, never do anything. This is when he had no money and I had no money, right? He said, never do anything that you could pay somebody else to do for less than you could generate with your time. So it wasn't an ego thing or significance. He's like, when he didn't have money, he didn't mow the lawn. He's like, I'm not going to mow the lawn because there's things that I can do to generate more value for my life, which I would not call his ecosystem at that time. So what I want to challenge is we're challenging ourselves internally and Unblinded. And I just want to make this present for everyone to create massive acceleration in the space of creating the highest degree of frictionlessness to accelerate all these relationships. And I want to honor and acknowledge Jared right now, because Jared keeps slowing me down and saying, not slowing me down, appropriately, like pausing me and saying, like, let's build this structure. And he's building structures, and we're building structures. And this is not like just chat, it's happening. Like we're leasing the call center. We've been negotiating, and it seems like we've finally gotten there. We are talking to people about virtual platforms to deal with if we can't have a live event in May, and to have a virtual event. And I mean a virtual event with technology that you've never seen before. We're talking about how to create ecosystem verticals and partnerships that are beyond what anybody's even thinking about and has ever been done before in this space, because it's all rooted in this gratitude. The gratitude is that this formula, and let me be specific, the ability to go from hello to yes with people and what to do with it and to get yourself to use it is disruptive at the highest level. That's where the lightning bolt. And the dynamic is to have Kelly and you and everyone become continually more clear on how it benefits you, to not only use it to grow your primary business, but also to leverage your time and generate multiple streams of income related to its utilization. Example, and I want to just drop in, tonight on the role play, and Fernanda, please, let's make sure that this happens. Tonight on the role play, I want to go through a dynamic of what I did at dinner this week with some of the smartest and most talented people that I've encountered, who came with massive knowingness from an unbelievably successful 170-year-old company that makes hundreds of millions of dollars a year in profit and has had this incredible economic model. And they've quadrupled their revenues in the last 8 years. So by every indicator in every situation, these are people who know what they're doing. And the role play we'll go through tonight will demonstrate, give you an ability, as you master it, in 10 minutes or less, for you to create a massive acceleration in your unique identity and new word, new phrase, new unblinded terminology to give you hierarchical primacy. Hierarchical primacy. So tonight on the role play, we're going to give an example of how an insane tool on how you can create hierarchical primacy, so people will see that you have something of massive value to give and teach them in terms of the formula, no matter how smart, how accomplished, and how certain they are, with absolute fun, empathy, and love. And that's the kind of things that we're innovating on a daily basis. What you will not experience here is hearing the same conversations in a month that you're hearing today. Continuously, the ecosystem merger, expansion, acceleration thinking is what we want to bring present for you in your own space. And I'm saying this with love and respect. We are not a multi-level marketing company where you're just going to be hearing it, and there's no disrespect to that. Like, multi-level marketing, fantastic, but you're going to be hearing like, oh, we have a new great promotion. That's not the space of the energy of these huddles. There's nothing wrong with that energy, but there's something even higher. Where you're going to be hearing is the integration of how your thinking expands, so you're creating more value in the most meaningful, consistent, and simplest of ways as you master the formula. And that's what I'm thankful for and present to. So if you're new to the huddles, or if you're first down here, like, what in the name of God is happening? We're talking about how you make more money in less time with more magic. And we are dealing with people at the highest levels of success. Ecosystem mergers happening left and right, which include live conversations about my involvement in training name brand people that you would know, maybe the President of the United States, in preparing for the debates. Like, that's what's happening, and conversations are very real and alive in that space. And 100 other things that are mind-blowing. Now it's a question of how we organize it together, how we create massive benefit, and Kelly makes more money in less time with more magic. Like, that's the outcome of the conversations we're having. And that Kelly, I'm using you as an example, representing everybody in this phone line. And what do we do with all of it? And how does Kelly's ecosystem value, your ecosystem value, our ecosystem value expand massively? What is also present for me is a massive desire for mastery in the space of a woman and women that is present for me. So if you want to be on modules, please tell me. Please be increasing your level of mastery like a lunatic, because that is critically important for this outcome. We want to create massive diversity in the face and the energy of unblinded in the people. Massive diversity, ethnically, religiously, gender. We also want to create massive diversity in terms of ecosystem verticals. Do not see Unblinded as me, Jared, Adam, and Fernando. That is wildly incorrect. See this as a lightning bolt and a movement for people to make more money in less time with more magic. And like the undeveloped Wild West in 1820 and 1830 and 1840 and 1850 and 1860, for you to make of it what you will with some focus and energy. Like, not to be chasing like gold rush nonsense, but to have the ability to build cities and stores and casinos and ecosystem partnerships. And there needs to be jails and construction and supply lines and trains. All of that is available here. This is disrupting affiliate marketing. This is disrupting coaching, disrupting personal development, disrupting sales, disrupting industries, how people communicate in their industries, in legal and accounting. All of those things, medicine, financial, insurance, whatever you can think of, marketing, that's what's present for me on this Thankful Thursday. So, Kelly, what's present for you?
What's present for me is now seeking out groups where I can be a presence in, narrowing it down to, effective groups that are meeting, trying to elevate their businesses and the value that I can bring to them. Working with Mike and expanding that not just in Palm Beach County, but throughout the entire area of South Florida. So thinking on a much bigger scale at the moment.
Awesome. Well, I am thankful for you. I am thankful for everybody. Does anybody have any other quick
sure.
or share?
Sean, Sean, as Adam, again, I wanted to be a little more specific, and it's definitely a win. I don't know if Tiffany Armstrong is out there, but again, very, very grateful for the formula, because she reached somebody at one of the highest levels of an organization, and she has a sales meeting scheduled, and we had a coaching call. She came into the call a little nervous and intimidated by what she was potentially going into, and really, I mean, I cannot give any credit to myself. I have to completely give all of the acknowledgement to the formula, because all I did was introduce her to components and to language and to things that I use every day on my calls. And by the end of the call, she said, "I'm ready to go into this sales meeting right now." And she was just so excited to make this happen. So again, I don't know if she's out there, if she wants to give any feedback on it, but that's what this is all about. That's what gives me goosebumps, so to speak.
Yeah. And Adam, as a leader in Goosebump Count, let's also acknowledge this. Brother, you do deserve credit, and so does Tiffany, and so does the formula, because you're taking massive, insane action on a daily basis to learn and get better and implement at a crazy accelerated rate. And you are inspiration and example of possibility to everybody in this line, including me, in what work ethic and process mastery and self-mastery look like. You are truly a remarkable human. So I just want to acknowledge you and thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else have any win or anything they want to share before we?
Hey, Sean.
Yes.
This is Gerald Barnes in Washington, D.C. Hey, everybody.
Hey, Gerald. How are you?
Pretty good. I thank Barry Asman for turning me into what I really am in D.C., somebody, a force to be reckoned with. And I thank Adam for walking me through some things on a short-term basis, and I'm ready to go ahead and add that diversity not only as an African American male or an American, but as an American with low vision. Got some fabulous opportunities in DC, and with Barry's help and UNBLINDED pumping stuff into me, there is no building in Washington that won't be touched. And I thank you guys for everything. And what's present for me is all opportunities are right there to be taken. It's just being a part of a real, true team. And I got it now.
Gerald, and this hasn't happened for me yet on a huddle. You brought tears to my eyes. First time on any huddle yet. I cry. I do. I'm sensitive. So that's not.
Hey, we all do that, man. Come on.
But it's the first huddle that's happened. Thank you for that share.
No problem.
Love you, Gerald.
You have inspired me. And yes, love you, brother. And inspired me as creating that diversity with your vision, your African Americanness, and thank you for that share. And this is what it's all about. So with that said, thank you, Gerald, and let's open those doors in Washington and everywhere to make
everywhere
this place together. Everywhere.
Yes,
everywhere.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
So thank you. So Jared, what's present for you as we take this thing home today?
Gerald, man, awesome stuff. Love it. So what's present for me is the fact that we had an extraordinary meeting yesterday with a company that's building out a custom tracking system, which is going to absolutely like next level. Anyone that wants to either partially or fully build a business with UNBLINDED, it's like next level stuff when it comes to tracking opportunities and tracking relationships, tracking sales activities, and tracking everything. And I'm bringing this up, and this is something that I want to honor Sean on, because when Sean and I, one of our first meetings, Sean was talking about just the importance of honoring source. And that is something that does not really happen very well in the world when it comes to giving credit for whether it's sales or relationships, and even like compensation within that. Like often people say thank you, but they're not like compensated for their actions. So when we went down this path of the mastery program with a certification, I was like fanatical with Chaz about finding either the right platform or building a platform that would make tracking extremely organized, and then allow for payment to be done really easily. And I'm proud to say that we found it. So there's an amazing team that's building it, probably about 30 days away. And it's more than just tracking. It's replicated websites, it's marketing resources, it's everything that all of you have been asking for when it comes to tools to spread UNBLINDED. And I'm not hyping this up, but that's what this actually is. It's extraordinary. So I'm very present to that. We had a wonderful call yesterday with the team that's building it. I'm also present to the fact that we are paying out the first round of commissions. So this is a manual process right now. So it is way more complicated than it needs to be, but it is done. So anyone that referred people that signed up for Mastery between January 1st and January 31st, you will be emailed today by our team to fill out a W-9 so that we can then get you your first commission. And that will happen immediately once we get that form back. So this will be something that with the new platform that we can actually pay out commissions at the very least twice a month, but the goal is every week. So it's going to be amazing for all of us once that happens. But in the interim, it's a monthly process because it is extremely manual. I was up till like 3 in the morning finishing it yesterday, and I'm proud to say it's done. So I'm present to all of this. I'm present to the energy. I'm present to the excitement. I'm present to the ecosystems that are merging. I'm present to how much fun our team is having inside of the Nerve Center. There's a lot of fun there. There's a lot of poking at the bear. The bear is Big Adam Gugino. We all poke at him. He's fun. I'm present to the relationships that are established both internally and with all of you. And this is what it looks like. I've started a lot of companies. Some of them have been really successful. I've just never seen anything quite like this. And I'm present to that fact that I'm willing to ride this wave with each and every one of you. And this is simply the beginning, and the best is yet to come. So back to you, Sean.
Yep. Taking it home, I want to thank Lorelei and acknowledge her as another example of possibility. She has been relentlessly sharing the message of Unblinded and created an incredible ecosystem merger meeting yesterday, which, stay tuned and we'll talk more about it. I'm immensely thankful to Lorelei. And if you're out there, Lorelei, please say a quick hello. If not, we could pick it up tomorrow. But immensely thankful.
Hi, Sean.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah. And so what is present for you on this Thankful Thursday?
What's present for me is really my need to be in, what am I saying, into getting more cohesive with my, excuse me, with my time. And I have a lot of new contacts to reach out to today, which is exciting.
Well, thank you. And, sometimes it is remarkable to me how many people are committed and accelerating in so many directions. And, that call was, and it was independently valuable, and it was massively valuable because of what it represents as what's possible. So thank you and fantastic job.
You're welcome. It's exciting. That's for sure.
It is, for sure. Final. I may be on the Tamron Hall show today. Tamron Hall has her own morning talk show. And it's a longer, complicated story. How much I'll be able to get into Unblinded or not will remain to be seen. That appearance will be coming up in the future. But my longer, more complicated story, it's on at 10 a.m. I'm not sure if it's taped or not, but I'm heading into the show now. I'll be mic'd up. So I am relatively confident that I'll be on the show and appearing in a certain context that may be more family related. My mom is going to be on the show. My sister is the director of the show, but they've already begun conversations about having me on in the future related to Unblinded that may come into play today or not. I'm not sure. But if anybody wants to check out the Tamron Hall show, we'll send out some more info and links about it. So I'm not quite sure what's about to happen, but something's about to happen. So with that said, ecosystem mergers from television to the personal development world, to the author space, to highest levels of corporate America. There's a lot present. Let's keep accelerating. I'm thankful, be massively thankful, and take massive action. Role play tonight. Get ready for incredible role plays, including a massive disruption that is super fun and amazing for you to create hierarchical primacy. Thanks. Have a great day.